Good morning to everyone. I am Dr. REKA. Now I am going to talk about Gauss Forward Interpolation formula in numerical methods. So this is the given problem of Gauss Forward Interpolation formula. So given problem is using Gauss interpolation formula, find f of 3.5 from the following table. X and y are x is equal to 2, 3, 4 and 5, and y variable is 2.626, 3.454, 4.784 and 6.986. That is, here the variables are x and y. That is y equal to f of x. So the given variables are x equal to 2, 3, 4 and 5, and y equal to f of x are 2.626, 3.454, 4.784 and 6.986. That is, x value is 2, the corresponding y variable is 2.626, and the x variable is 3, the corresponding y variable is 3.454, and x variable is 4, the corresponding y variable, that is f of x, is 4.784. The x variable is 5, the corresponding y variable is 6.986. So this is the given variables. The Gauss forward interpolation formula involves calculating forward differences. We define the following differences are delta f of x equal to f of x1 minus f of x0. That is the first difference. So how to find the first difference? That is delta f of x0 is equal to f of x1 minus f of x0. So the second difference, which is denoted as delta square f of x0, which is equal to delta f of x1 minus delta f of x0. That is the difference between delta f of x0 and delta f of x1, and so on. Start by calculating the first order, second order and third order for the forward differences. The formula for first order forward difference is delta f of x0 is equal to f of x1 minus f of x0. That is the difference between f of x0 and f of x1. So first one, we have to calculate delta f of x0. That is the differences between f of 2 and f of 3. So that is f of 3 minus f of 2. Here f of 3 value is 3.454 and f of 2 value is 2.626. So the difference between 3.454 and 2.626 is 0.828. So this is the delta f of x0. Similarly, now we have to find the delta f of x1. That is the difference between the f of 3 and f of 4. The f of 4 value is 4.784 and f of 3 value is 3.454. So the difference between these two are, that is 4.784 minus 3.454 equal to 1.33. So next one, we have to find out the delta f of x2. That is, we find the difference between f of 4 and f of 5. So the value of f of 5 is 6.986 and the value of f of 4 is 4.784. That is the difference between 6.986 and 4.784 is 2.202. So next one, we have to find out the second order forward difference, that is which is denoted as delta square f of x naught. So the formula for a second order forward difference is difference between the first order of f of x naught and f of x1, that is the difference between the delta f of x naught and delta f of x1, that is the formula for second order forward difference is delta square f of x naught equal to delta f of x1 minus delta f of x naught. So here already we have to find out the first order forward difference values. So the delta f of x naught value is 0.828 and delta f of x1 value is 1.33. So now we have to find out the differences between these two. So the delta f of x1 value is 1.33 and delta f of x0 value is 0.828. So we have to subtract these two things. So 1.33 minus 0.828 equal to 0.502. And next we have to calculate delta square f of x1. So the formula is delta f of x2 minus delta f of x1. So already we find the value of delta f of x1 and delta f of x2. Just to substitute these values here. Here delta f of x1 value is 1.33 and delta f of x2 value is 2.202. So the difference between these two things, that is 2.202 minus 1.33 is 0.872. So this is the second order forward difference. Then similarly we have to find out the third order forward difference. The formula for third order forward difference formula, that is Gauss Forward Interpolation formula. Third order forward difference formula is delta power 3 f of x naught, that is which is denoted by delta power 3 f of x naught equal to delta square f of x1 minus delta square f of x naught. So already we know these values, that is delta square f of x naught value is 0.502 and delta square f of x1 value is 0.872. So we have to find out the differences between these two. So 0.872 minus 0.502 equal to 0.37. So this is the third order forward difference. In general, the Gauss forward interpolation formula is f of x is equal to f of x naught plus x minus x naught divided by 1 factorial into delta f of x naught plus x minus x naught into x minus x1 divided by 2 factorial into delta square f of x naught plus x minus x naught into x minus x1 into x minus x2 divided by 3 factorial into delta cube f of x naught plus etc. Here x naught value is 2 and we are calculating f of 3.5. So that is x value is 3.5 and x naught value is 2, and also we find out the delta f of x naught, delta square f of x naught, and delta cube f of x naught. Just we have to substitute these values in this formula. So now we get f of 3.5 is equal to f of 2 plus 3.5 minus 2 divided by 1 factorial, that is x minus x naught. And here x naught value is 2. So delta f of 2 plus x minus x naught, that is 3.5 minus 2 into x minus x1, that is 3.5 minus 3 divided by 2 factorial into delta square f of x naught, that is x naught value is 2. So here we put it delta square f of 2 plus x minus x naught, that is 3.5 minus 2 into x minus x1, that is 3.5 minus 3, and x minus x2, that is 3.5 minus 4 divided by 3 factorial into delta cube f of 2. Here x naught is 2. Then again we substitute the values for delta f of 2, delta square f of 2, and delta cube f of 2 also. So here f of 2 value is 2.626. Just we have to substitute f of 2, and the delta f of 2 value is 0.828. Just put it here. And delta square f of 2 value is 0.502. Just put it here. And also delta power 3 f of 2 value is 0.37. Just put it here. So now we have to substitute all the values here. Then now we have to simplifying this one. So here the first term 3.5 minus 2 divided by 1 factorial into 0.828 equal to 1.5 into 0.828. So just to multiply these two is equal to 1.242. So this is the first term. And next one we have to take second term, that is 3. Just to simplify the second term, 3.5 minus 2 into 3.5 minus 3 divided by 2 factorial into 0.502 equal to 1.5, that is 3.5 minus 2 equal to 1.5, and 3.5 minus 3 equal to 0.5 divided by 2 into 0.502. Just simplifying this one, we get 0.375 into 0.502. Just we have to multiply these two, we get 0.18825. So then we have to find out the third term, that is 3.5 minus 2 is 1.5, and also 3.5 minus 3 is 0.5, 3.5 minus 4 is minus 0.5 divided by 3 factorial is equal to 6 into 0.37. Just simplifying this one, we get minus 0.0625 into 0.37. Just multiplying these two things, we get minus 0.023125. So now we calculate the first term, second term, and third term. Just we have to substitute, just we have add all the things, that is the sum of the all the terms are 2.626 plus 1.242 plus 0.18825 minus 0.023125. Just add all this one, we get 4.033125. So final the values of f of 3.5, that is f of x, is approximately 4.033. So this is the Gauss forward interpolation. Here we are using the forward interpolation formula. So this is my reference. Thank you everyone.